Hey, how you doing? Hey, she's a bit later in the day than that last video I made. I was talking about needing to work on the splitter. Well, that's what I've been doing here, and I'm going to show you where I'm at. Not a whole lot not a whole lot more to go until that motor is mounted. But let me show you what I've been doing, and I think you'll like it. I like it. I think it's going to turn out all right. So, hey, check it out. So there she is. Made a bit of a frame with some bracing to mount that motor on. Got plenty of space to move it around to get things lined up and bolted down, you know. Been doing all my welding with this little Craftsman. It's a 110 welder, 30 amp, it plugs in with 30 amp receptacle, but it's a little 110. And I'll tell you, if you're looking for a little 110 welder, like a used one, go for this one. I really like it. It works really well. You can pick them up for 20, 30 bucks. And I like it. It gets the job done. Well, here's my welds. Now I haven't pulled the slack off yet, so I guess I could do that and we can kind of see how bad my welds are. Now again, I'm not a professional welder or nothing, so, you know, look, I burned a hole in here, so she's good enough to do that, right? But let's see what happens. My other welder and the hammer and all that stuff's in at the other house. But there you go. There was too much metal here. It was hanging over a little bit, so I just kind of burnt the snot out of it to get her welded in there. So she's a big fat weld. But, you know, I'm not a professional welder or nothing, but I will say the little 110 welder, I think that'll hold. Honestly, I do. Let's see what this other side looks like. It was worse. This one was harder to do. This edge was a lot more rusty. I should have cleaned it up, but I didn't. So she didn't want to take the weld as well. This side's a bit uglier. I was expecting that, but it'll hold. And that's what I was going for. So all I got to do now is get that motor mounted on there. See, I made this little tubing framework down here with cross braces and everything. So I think it'll hold. What do you say? What do you say? Just set the motor on there and see how she's going to look with the motor on. All right, so the motor's on. It's just sitting there. It's not bolted on. Just a little test fit, and that is almost exactly where it needs to be bolted. I'm talking. It's only like a 1/4 inch off. And that is because that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to whack off a little bit right there. That way I can slide it, put it where I need it. That's it. That's how she's going to be. Right like that. Then the pump, that is bolted on like so. Right there. So, yeah. I think she's going to work just fine. I'm probably going to call it quits for tonight. It's getting kind of chilly. I've been out here for hours, you know. I'm getting kind of chilly, so I'm probably going to call it quits for tonight and go in and get some dinner. I think we're having some sloppy joes. So, you know. But new engine is going on the splitter, and hopefully all of our problems are gone all our headaches with, you know, having the splitter break down constantly. Hopefully most of that is gone. I might do some work to this. I don't like how the handle is off to the side. I'd rather be out to the front, because if it was out to the front, then it's easier to work from either side of the splitter. When it's out to the side like this, I gotta kind of stay on this side. Now, I might actually go a little further and build a little table here. Nothing big, just something small. Maybe come out a foot on each side. That's about it. So I might even go as far as doing that as well. But actually, I think I will. While I'm at it, while I'm welding and working on it, I might as well go ahead and do that, because I've been wanting to do that for a while. So just come out like a foot on each side and build a little table to just to help catch the pieces as they're split, you know, so I'm not picking them up off the ground constantly. But alrighty, yeah. So yeah, there's the splitter. One step further. I think I'm going to be a lot happier now. These spaghetti working hydraulic lines, one of these days I should replace some of them. They were just some lines that were scrounged up, so they're too long, you know. And I got them just kind of twisted around every which direction. So one of these days I might replace them and, you know, get it working or get them set up a little better. But, you know, they work the way they are. So, you know what I mean? Now, I'm not really worried about the sturdiness of that engine mount. I mean, that engine only weighs 20, 30 pound, you know, maybe 30 pound. It's not very heavy. So, it's probably closer to 30 pound, but you know, it's not very heavy, and you know, I don't think it will have any issues with that. Like, one of the things I was really excited about with this engine versus the old one, it's really stupid. Let me show you. So yeah, one of the features I was excited about was the fuel tank. So the other one, the fuel tank might have been half this size, and it was running out of gas maybe every 30 minutes. This one should last a bit longer, at least I hope. So, you know what I mean? Maybe I can get an hour or more out of it. That'd be nice. It was a pain in the butt running out of gas every half hour, and that engine was so hard to start that whenever you'd run it out of gas, it would just take you forever to get it restarted. You're spraying ether in it and everything else. Probably because of that low compression. But with this one, now to keep it from running out of gas, I would, you know, every 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, I would try to catch it and put some extra fuel in it. But you know, sometimes you forget, because it only takes a few minutes for it to run out of fuel, you know what I mean? It didn't have a very big gas tank. But this one here, I'm hoping I can get a lot more time out of a tank of gas, a lot more. And another thing I'm hoping is, I'm really hoping, which I'm pretty certain it is, a lot quieter. The other one was pretty loud, right in your ear, and I'm pretty certain this one's going to be a lot quieter. So, pretty excited about that as well. I'm just worried about the power. I'm worried about how much torque it has. I hope it works good with the splitter. I've heard other people use these engines with their splitters, but you know, this is a homemade splitter. It's a little heavier than the ones you get in a store. So, well, it's quite a bit heavier, I should say. But she's got I think she's 3-inch cylinder on there, 3 inches around or whatever. But I guess the hydraulics are what make the power, really, not the engine. But I'm hoping the engine can keep up with it or handle it. The pump is a 2-stage, so you know, whenever there's no load on it, it moves a little faster. You can kind of tell it has like 2 gears in it. So when there's no load, it moves faster than whenever it goes under load. Because once it gets under a load, it kind of like shifts gear into like a low gear, moves really super slow, and has a lot more power behind it. But yeah, I'm excited. Splitter's finally getting the work done that I've been needing to do for a long time. Now, at one point in time, I was thinking about hooking this splitter up to the mower, basically putting the hydraulic pump on the mower, and then, using quick connect couplers back and forth to the splitter. I was thinking about doing that originally, or I should say a long time ago, but I decided to go ahead and keep it as its own standalone unit. Now hopefully this thing's up and running good for our little barbecue get-together. Be nice to have it running that we can split some wood. I got a tree here I forgot to tell you about that I'm wanting to get rid of. Let me see if I can show it to you. So you see that leaner right there? I want to get that out of there. Now, she's going to be kind of complicated the way she's tangled up there. I don't have any chain, and my truck isn't powerful enough. So maybe somebody will show up with an old beater truck that they don't mind hooking some chain up to it and trying to yank it out of there. We'll probably have to cut it at the bottom and then yank it out to the side. Because she's up in there too far, I think, to try to get her down from up there. I don't even know what kind of wood it is. It might be poplar. If it ends up being poplar, we'll use that for, for fun, for cutting wood fun. But if it ends up being something good, we'll cut it up into firewood and get her split up and everything. You know what I mean? I got some other stuff here that we can get into for just plywood. I was thinking about something. I was thinking about the time I'm going to put into the splitter because I'm moving, but I'm also needing to burn wood here. So right now my time is precious or valuable, you know what I mean? And I was thinking the time I'm going to put into splitting that by hand or whatever versus the time running the splitter. The splitter will be way faster, but I also got to account for the time it's taking me to do the repairs to it. So hopefully in the end, it was a better decision to go ahead and get her fixed. So, you know what I mean? She should be up and running next weekend, and hopefully everything is good to go. But that's enough of me rambling for today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Later.